Welcome to my video on the waxing gibbous moon on December 29, 2025. This video and photographs taken with a small telescope and an iPhone. Okay, this is my setup. So here's the telescope. It's got a 70mm objective. It's a small telescope. And then I've got a 25mm eyepiece back here. It's 400ml focal length. And then this is an alt-ass Celestron mount. Okay, this is a side view of it. Here is the camera. They use an iPhone 15, and then here's a Celestron mount that ties the camera to the eyepiece. It works pretty good. And it's a nice, sturdy little telescope, and the mount works well. I mean, it's not a high-end piece of equipment, but it does work. I was able to capture some nice pictures of the moon. Now, this is the video of the moon. Let me start that. Okay, so just came up with a picture of the moon there, and then I'm trying to focus in and adjusting the lighting, the little slider. You can't really see it here on this photograph, but there's a little slider that pops up. And so I'm adjusting it to getting the proper focus and the proper lighting. And you can see it's drifting there to the left because the alt has mount. So it just drifts, but it's a fairly good photograph of the moon, I thought. Okay, now this is a still photograph, and you can see all the different Mare and some of the major craters, and I'm going to identify those at the end of this video. So this was taken, had a 25mm eyepiece and a 400mm objective, so that's a 16 power effectively. And then I use a 2x zoom on it's where you put your fingers on it, you kind of expand it out and expand it. So that's basically, it's a little over 30 power is essentially the magnification. And then I used a Bluetooth remote shutter so that I didn't have to touch the screen. Once I got it focused, I touched the screen to get it focused properly and the lighting proper. And then I used my Bluetooth remote shutter to actually take the image. Okay, now this is the photograph, and you noticed it's flipped here. And the reason it is flipped, I had to flip it about the vertical so that it would line up with the moon maps. So this is the eastern limb over here, Mare Imbrium, the sea, and then another sea, the sea, or Mare Imbrium here, big patchy gray area there. This is the Copernicus crater, and then at the bottom here, this is the bright Tycho crater, and then this is this one right here, which is in the middle of the Mare Nubium, which is the Borealis. Probably didn't pronounce that right, but that's okay. That's what that crater is right there. You can see a little mountain range. There's some mountain ranges up here. I think there's the Alpine mountain ranges there. I have to look that up. I believe that's what that is. So that's a pretty good little photograph of the moon based on the small equipment I've got, and you can identify many of the features. I want to thank you for watching. Hope you learned a little bit about the moon and taking photographs.